Welcome back to the Metallica Radio Network with James, Lars, Kirk, and Robert for the world premiere of Death Magnetic. We're back live at Metallica HQ with your hosts, Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins.
All right, we're back.
Yep.
There's a bunch of hair on the floor.
Hair on?
There's a bunch of hair on the floor.
Piece of grass.
That was awesome. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I haven't been waiting 2 years to shave my face.
Like shave your back.
Like those guys.
Face.
It's my knuckles I'm worried about. What about my toes? That was awesome. And, you know, I'll tell you, you're real good to your fans. Because I know I've seen the magazine, the So What magazine, and the way you guys deal and hang and treat your fans is awesome. To invite them here into your home, that's really killer. And, you know, in return, they don't, like, bathe or shave for years at a time. So the dedication and love that goes back and forth between you all is, that's a special thing.
It's inbreeding.
You don't see a lot, yeah. You got web toes. You can swim real fast.
Toe shaped like M. Yeah, right.
But it's great, and you have to know that for Taylor and I to be here to do this is a really awesome thing. We
Being nice to your fans again.
You know what I mean?
Well,
right.
Thank you guys, man. Thanks,
You guys are
Dave.
naturals,
Thanks, Taylor.
man.
There was a contest, but we won it because we're in our band and we sort of cheated. You know, told everyone.
Yeah.
You know, we
You
had
had your
here.
whole crew filling out forms all day and mailing them in.
You know, one of the coolest things about being here, though, is being in that studio and seeing some of those old guitars, man. Because I recognize those guitars, and it's awesome when you see those old Explorer, those ESPs or whatever they are, with all the you could tell that you had a bullet belt on when you were wearing that thing. You know what I mean?
Yes, that was part of the uniform.
That's
at
part
that
of the.
time.
Okay, whose V is that? That white one.
The white one's mine.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I mean,
That's pre-Kill 'Em All right there. That was my second guitar ever.
that thing is
Yeah.
beat down.
Yeah.
Can't you fix
Imagine that for 1 second. Imagine that for 1 second. Pre-Kill 'Em All.
wow. That's almost the 70s.
Pre-Kill 'Em All.
Hey, hold on. Okay, let me get a little bit of history really quick. The Metal Massacre compilation.
Yeah.
Okay, now that was Mustaine. Was Dave on that one or not?
The very first version was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was that one or two. The Metal Massacre.
It was one.
It was one.
But there were two versions of one.
Okay.
It was me and James and a guy named Lloyd Grant.
Yeah, Lloyd.
And James, it was literally just
Where's
me and
Lloyd?
James, and Lloyd Grant played all the solos. Then, on the second version, when Brian Slagle, you know Brian Slagle, he got himself a distribution deal for the record, and then we got a chance to recut it because next to all the other bands on that record, it was a Fostex. It was like a 4-track Fostex. It sounded like nothing. So we got a chance to recut it. So we put the version of Hit the Lights with Mustaine on guitar and Ron McGovney on bass, and that was like the first sort of official Metallica lineup. But
And
the
Metallica
That was the
spelled
first one I
correctly.
heard.
Metallica spelled correct. But the very first one,
How did they spell it the first time?
the two T,
M-E-T-T-T-T-T. There's like too many T's.
there was a couple too many T's. So if you have the first version of that with the extra T's, it's just James and me and a guy named Lloyd Grant playing solos.
And if you have
Yeah,
it,
well,
you got
here's
it.
here's the very cool thing. Well, I did bass, guitar, and the singing. Lars did the drums. I had, we got one more track. We stopped on the way to the studio and had some guy do the solos on it, remember?
Yeah.
We stopped on the way. Hey, can you throw some solos on here? Okay. And then we brought it to Brian. Okay, here. It's ready. And we walked in with a cassette tape. And he's going, well, where's your, half-inch,
Master
real
deal.
professional
Master,
tape?
yeah.
Well, this is it. That's why it
But
sounds
26 years from now, we'll have Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters sitting talking about Death Magnetic in the studio in Northern California, surrounded by 100 people who feel nothing but love for us. So take that with you.
That's right. There you go. Yeah. Well, personally, I got to say that ever since when me and my good buddy Jimmy, rest in peace, when we got that Kill 'Em All cassette from some mail order catalog, I remember looking at the picture, and looking at you guys, and just by looking at you, we thought, oh my God, we can be in a band too.
We can get laid too.
It's like, wow.
There's hope.
Really?
There's hope for the rest of
We
us.
can do this. But
Ugly people form bands too.
you don't have to look like the guy from Def Leppard, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, really, I mean, you guys really set an example for so many people, for musicians and kids who started playing in music and stuff, that you know, your career has been, nobody told you guys what to do or how to do it, I'm sure. You guys have done it your own way this whole time, and there's a lot to be said for that, because, you know, in this day and age, to find a band that is the biggest band in the world, that has more integrity than most bands that call themselves the punk rock bands with all the integrity, I think you guys are more badass. That, you know, to me, it's like you and Motorhead.
Thanks.
And that's it.
Right on, Dave.
The
Thank
real
you.
rock and
Thank you,
roll
man.
bands that still make great records, man.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Well, that was kind of the motto back then. You know, you can do this. You know, we're just dudes that don't want to work. We want to play music, and you can do this too.
No one's stopping us.
Whatever happened to the first? You had a van, right? What happened to the van?
We had a Winnebago.
What? Really?
Yeah.
It died between L.A. and San Jose on the Raven tour,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Remember on the
Yeah.
about 2 hours out of
Raven,
San
really?
Yeah.
on the way out of, about 2 hours out of San Jose, it just died. We left it on the freeway and thumbed it.
Wasn't it near Lancaster?
Lancaster. Actually,
Where we just did the last video.
Yeah, it was near Lancaster.
Hey, there's where the
California.
Winnebago broke down.
Yeah, there it is.
Hey, I got. What's the deal with the artwork? Who did the artwork for the record? Death Magnetic.
David
Where's he at?
Turner, right there.
Yeah.
Raise your hand,
Oh, I think I met
hey.
you.
David Turner.
Did I meet you at the Wiltern?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I did. I was kind of drunk. I said, none of that Basquiat stuff, man. I want some airbrush. Give me something.
Yeah. So
We
what do you?
wanted-
Well, all right, Dave.
It was just.
I
What do you
dig
think?
it.
What
Well,
do you
you
think
know,
of it?
I've only seen it a couple. I haven't had a chance to really take a good look at it. But I mean,
Give him one.